All right. Are we here? I think we're here. I know we're on, pretty sure we're on YouTube. We are on YouTube. We're going to go as long as we can until my computer says, F you, Shag. That's what we're going to do. We're going to go as far as we can go. Let me check out. Of course, I'm not. Throw myself in politics category on Twitch. We'll see if we can pull some new faces over. And okay, beautiful. And we are not live on Rumble. Oh, we are live on Rumble. Sweet. We're on Rumble. We're looking good. Pop that chat out so I can see it. Close that window. And I am going to pause the stream. Minimize. Pull that over. What's going on, y'all? I see you. Setup looks like it's improving. Good stuff. Hey, man, you know, I'm trying. It is, and it isn't. I need to update. I need to update some stuff. So, yeah. What I'm essentially going to do is basically find myself on Twitter all day, or for a little bit, and comment on some of the stuff that's being said. What's up, Static? I think most of us who are in this channel, in this chat, they follow me, they understand like where I'm at with a lot of this stuff. And I'm pretty middle of the road when it comes to a lot of what's been going on. My commentary has been largely, I think, fair and balanced. I sometimes agree with what's going on. I sometimes disagree with what's going on. The point is that I'm trying to be a little bit different voice, but some of the stuff I'm seeing on Twitter is a bit upsetting in some regard. And what's up, Andy? Good to see you. Peter's here. Andy's here. Static is here. We're hanging. We're chilling. We're live on Rumble. We're live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube. I haven't gone live on YouTube in like forever. Just like on my main channel, like in this setup. It's always in my car. And I wanted to be here. And then in some small respect, have an ability to maybe, just maybe, chop some of this stuff up and maybe make some clips. Because there's even, I want to like give a more like pronounced response to someone on Twitter, because I did respond, but I want like a more extended version of that response, if that makes sense. So I'm really sad that my marker doesn't work on Twitch. I think it's really weird. I can't put markers in my stream. I have to do it from the dashboard on Twitch. Have you found the disconnect in the country yet? Alana Pierce's tweet is a great example. Yeah. So I wanted to start with that one, Static, because let's just start. Let's just start there, because I think her tweet was the perfect example of what's wrong with people currently. And I don't even want to say what's wrong with people. Like, people, I think, are widely misinformed in a lot of the stuff that's going on. This election for the left has been like a sink or swim thing, and right now everyone's like, "Oh, we're gonna sink." What's up, Trey? We're sinking. The country's going to hell. We just elected. There's so many racists out there. Like, the misogyny. It's the misogyny for me. It's the racism for me. It's the whatever ism for me. Like, that's what we're seeing. A lot of it. So let me pull up her tweet. Let me see. Where is it? Did I? I guess I just, all right, hold on. We'll find it. Give me a moment. I should have had it. Mega Hitler is going to put women in Handmaid's Tale. Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Okay, let's look at her tweet. I quote tweeted her and gave my explanation, but I think it's important to be a little bit more nuanced. And I'll put this out there and she can look at it or not. She probably will never see it. She doesn't give a shit about what someone like me has to say. But should I go here? All right. So her tweet, I'll embiggen a little bit for y'all. Her tweet says, trying to wrap my head around MAGA supporters who still think they're underdog victims somehow. In the US, you now have the president, the House, the Senate, the largest traditional media outlet, and it isn't even close. All the top podcasts, you are the establishment. Okay, let's kind of break this down one by one. And obviously, I don't have the ability to speak with her one-on-one, but I will sort of break down how I see this. The first thing that I'll say is this: MAGA supporters. So the one thing that I find troubling with how all of this has gone down is that anyone who didn't vote Democrat is somehow a MAGA supporter. If you voted for Trump, you are a MAGA supporter. This blanket term has been thrown over everybody. And again, it's not even a good thing, like to say, I want to make America great again, because they've taken it to a level that is not good, right? There's a lot of closeted people out there that won't say that, hey, I voted for Donald Trump, because they're afraid to be thrown under this umbrella. They don't even subscribe to everything he has to say, but they're still a MAGA supporter. Who still think they're underdog victims somehow. And here's what I'll say to this, is that the problem here is that there are plenty of people out there that voted for Donald Trump because they didn't feel that Harris was in their best interest overall. And in that way, they might be underdog victims. A lot of people showed up to vote for Donald Trump this time. A lot of people, not as many as in 2020, but more than the average in the past. We do, Republicans, there's a Republican president. They control the House and the Senate now. So that is true. But again, these are people voting. These are House and Senate seats that are switching because people are done with Democrats, right? They're done with that, like how people are reacting. They're done with how the Democrats have run their particular state or how their representatives have run them. The largest traditional media outlet, I can only, at first I thought that she meant Twitter, but traditional media, like Twitter is not traditional media. If she's talking about Fox here, I will say that okay, so it's not even close. I don't know the numbers of Fox News and who watches it, but I will say that the majority of media outlets are left-leaning. I mean, there are a lot of left-leaning media outlets out there that people are listening to. The top podcast, I guess if you're talking Joe Rogan, Joe Rogan, but Joe Rogan has been a Bernie bro for a long time. He talked about universal basic income. Same thing with Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a lifelong Democrat. Same with Joe Rogan's lifelong Democrat. RFK Jr. is a lifelong Democrat that endorsed Donald Trump because he saw through the BS of Kamala Harris. Same thing with Tulsi Gabbard. These are all Democrats that have seen through the BS. They are leaving their party, and they've come out and said as much. You are the establishment. Listen, all of these politicians are part of the establishment. Trump is on the fringe of the establishment now because he has been in politics now for a number of years. He's been like politics adjacent his whole life, but he's been entrenched in politics for a long time now. And not to mention, yeah, someone in the chat also mentions that Trump was a lifelong Democrat as well. So this tweet, you know, I'm not saying that she's, you know, a bearer of misinformation or something, but it's very, very much misled. There's no nuance to it. And she doesn't explain anything that she means here. I'm disappointed. Catch up with the chat a little bit here. I love how your stream has the good fact check now. Does it? Google having to put that up there is hilarious. Oh, I did. So is it underneath the stream? Yeah, I'm sure because it's dealing with election stuff that they're going to do that. Actually, I think he stopped being an underdog after getting shot. That made him. Yeah, I mean, I think that contributed to it. I think his popularity shot up once that bullet crossed his ear. I mean, for sure. I think people realize like, whoa, this is getting out of hand. Regardless of who took that shot, like people are twisted enough to do something like that, you know, and that's part of the big issue here. Few people voted this year. Period. Here, you know, I think I can actually pull you up on screen to give you guys. Few people voted this year. From now, it should be interesting how the narrative changes. Yeah. Joe Rogan is still, yeah, he's still alternative media. The other thing that's really important to remember about Rogan is not a news organization. And if you think for 1 second that you should be getting your news from Rogan, even as a conservative, even as a Trump supporter, you're wrong. I'll just tell you right now, don't do that. You should not be looking to Joe for your news. He's entertainment. He's entertainment. He's me and you. Like if we're ever in a Discord call and we're talking about things that we like, that's what Joe Rogan is. He is a public. He is a look into two bros or a guy and a woman, two public figures sitting down and talking as normal as possible without external influence. I'm done with Cashflow says, I'm done with Democrat policies. They do nothing but hurt our country and our economy. Yeah, you know, I think there's some Democrats out there who are trying to do good things. Like I don't think for 1 second that someone like Andrew Yang is, I think he has a lot of people's best interests at heart. I think he's a good person. And I think it's one of the reasons you don't see, like no one took him seriously, is that he's a genuine good person trying to find a way to help everyone. And the quote unquote establishment just laughs him out the door. Yeah, and that's the thing too, Static, is that you know, Trump is still a 90s Democrat. I wholeheartedly agree. He says a lot of the stuff that Clinton was saying, both Hillary and Bill, back in their day, that people were, you know, shouting and loving. Trey says voting in the interest of lower class people is not the establishment. Yeah, and that's another thing that I think, you know, someone like Alana doesn't understand is Alana has done really well for herself. She has, you know, started as a very small YouTuber, was talking about stuff that she really liked, and she's been very successful. You know, I've seen her, I watched her very early on in the beginning, when she was doing a lot of her stuff, and she has benefited a lot from her hard work. But now, you know, is in the gaming industry, in the YouTube commentary industry, like she is part of that upper side of things, you know, like she's just kind of where she is, in my opinion. Yeah, Alana is the establishment, 100%. And that's the thing, you know, when it comes to gaming, if you want to talk about gaming alone, because we're largely in that sphere, the gaming industry is 100%, or I won't say 100%, nothing's 100%. The gaming industry, as far as news outlet goes, is absolutely left leaning. They control everything about that. Alternatively, YouTube has a lot of commentators who push back against that establishment. Alana, who worked for IGN or still does, let me take a look. This doesn't look. Oh, she's a actor, host, game writer, dev at Santa Monica Studios. Yeah, so she did work for IGN. I do remember that. So again, she's a part of this establishment, or was very recently. And a lot of the people that, you know, we might see a lot of things on here today that are establishment people who are claiming that that the right is now the de facto establishment, which I highly disagree. Static says, I think a question should be asking is how can you communicate with people who constantly victimize themselves? It's difficult. It's difficult. And, you know, one of the next things I'll show, right, is this positivity peddler, apparently. Let me go here. So Khalif positivity peddler Adams. He says that Mike Wise, this is perfectly said. It's not just that Trump won, it's that Joe Rogan, Dana White, Brett Favre won. Jailed insurrectionists won. The Alitos and the Thomases won. Vladimir Putin won. Racism won. Misogyny won. Sexism won. Global warming won. Xenophobia won. Most of all, fear won. That's what hurts. Ooh. So I decided to respond. I said, perfectly said, Khalif, if you're even half as smart as you claim, you should be able to see through this BS. This is the rhetoric that will tear people apart. And let me further explain what I mean here. Like dividing people along racial, gender, sex, whatever lines is where you're seeing a lot of the problems in our society. This is a huge example. This is not perfectly said. This is said again to make people really upset about something that doesn't even exist. And people like take this message as a warning in general, not even a warning, but a wake-up call that normal everyday people are sick of being talked down to. That the only acceptable opinion can be the Democrat opinion, that the left opinion, that nobody else can have an opinion. The Alitos and the Thomases, like what's, you know, again, being conservative is somehow this like really awful thing. And again, this ropes everyone into this groupthink that all conservatives think the same. This is like what real insanity looks like. Vladimir Putin won, racism won, misogyny won. Misogyny didn't win. Sexism didn't win. Now, are some people misogynist and sexist? Sure. But again, it's important to think about this from the other side too. Like how the right is interpreting, or conservatives are interpreting a lot of what's going on here. Again, dividing people based on like, I'm a black man, I'm a white woman, I'm a white man, I'm a Hispanic man. Oh, look at all these people and how they voted against their interests, right? So to the left, to Democrats, a lot of times, you're only allowed to vote how they say you're supposed to vote. You're a Hispanic man, you can't vote for someone like Donald Trump. You're a white man, you should, of course you're voting for Donald Trump. Everyone's a monolith. Everyone's a monolith, right? But if I tried to ascribe one trait to say Khalif here, he'd be like, whoa, I don't represent that. Well, no shit. Just like we don't represent, just like me as a white man doesn't represent white supremacy somehow. Like, and how do you account for all these, these gay conservative men, all these white conservative women, what is, whatever, conservative Hispanic women, conservative Hispanic trans men, whatever, how do you account for all these things? What's up, Leon? I just started. Give me some time to go through some of this stuff. I can probably pull you in. I get tired of a lot of what's going on. Brett Favre, I didn't hear him say a thing. I think he said something recently, and that people were upset about. People are like, oh, you could say a lot of shit, blah blah blah. And the whole climate change thing, I haven't heard anything about like climate change recently. The biggest problem is that people are too dumb to even see that they're being played. Yeah, I think that's part of the issue, is that there's that side of things too. What's up, Dan? How's it going? Oh, by the way, what is Joe Biden doing? Literally the last thing I heard him say is that Trump, I'll hit his ass or something like that. Yeah, I have no idea what Trump is doing. I don't think anyone really fully understands. That's another part of it all. Leon, I said, hold on. I just started. Let me get through my stuff, and then we'll get together. They have a prescribed narrative that they must follow. Yeah, but a lot of these people don't. Like, a lot of these people don't have any sort of stake in this. Like Khalif, for example, or Alana. Like, these people have no say or dog in the game as far as like politics go. Sandro, what's it? Takes a look at that beard. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? Powerful. This is America's beard right here. Davey says, for example, I've seen people defend the U.S. Department of Education despite that institution doing its best to dumb down the most powerful military force on the planet, and that's extremely dangerous. The problem is that when people hear about like getting rid of the Department of Education, they're unable to truly understand what is meant by that. They hear, oh, you want to make schools dumber. Bringing back school choice. Like, they don't understand what that actually means. They don't understand the actual argument being put forth about why they believe the Department of Education has been a huge drain on the American taxpayer. Because they've been fed a particular lie that, oh, Trump just wants to destroy education. No, that's not what's being said. That's what you said, and you editorialized that. You used your own like emotion because you don't like the man to say something that didn't actually happen. Yeah, I had to explain to my wife the Department of Education only provides 10% of funding. She's a school teacher, and the union just tells her how bad it is. Right. Again, this is, do I want to see schools go bad? No, my kids are in public school. I don't want schools to be underfunded or whatever. Like, no, not at all. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Everybody wants to see their school flourish. They want to see their kid do well. They want good teachers. And that's part of it. That's a huge part of it, is that people want to see good teachers stick around. They don't want to see bad teachers protected. And that's where we're at. Just like totally irrational. It's a rational thought to have. Would this be referring to the litter boxes being placed in classrooms for children who identify as cats? Now, this isn't a rampant thing that's happening. There are, I do know that this has happened before, but it's not something that I think is a total cause for concern. I think it's weird that any school would entertain this. I'm not worried that this is going to become an issue that kids are just going to start pissing and shitting in litter boxes and requiring it. But no, like the Department of Education thing isn't specifically this. Davey says, it either needs massive reforms or just to eliminate it. Serbia's Ministry of Education has dumbed down the kids here today. I've compared the textbooks, mine versus theirs, and they are night and day. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Like, a lot of literature is being changed. And even as an example, like when you look at like dialogue in something like Dragon Age Veilguard, right? It's being like the mechanics of the game might be good and fun. The combat might be fun, but the dialogue has changed to mimic that of like Zoomers, like these like Gen Z, like you hear oof, like an oof. Oof is like a dialogue option in Dragon Age Veilguard. Like, why? Like, aren't we supposed to be escaping reality? Like the dialogue in games growing up, like in fantasy games, was like, it was almost like reading an English textbook, like an old English textbook or a Shakespearean play. You're supposed to escape the world that you live in to go be a part of something else. And in my opinion, I think one of the reasons you're seeing these games sort of adopt modern vernacular in social issues is because parents are unable to show their kids how to interact with others and create meaningful relationships with others. And the only way that these kids can have a meaningful relationship is through a video game. So they become attached to video game characters who they'll never see, smell, taste, touch, and never have a real meaningful relationship in lieu of something that may or may not hurt their feelings down the line. That's sort of where I'm at with how this has happened. Professor Savage Dad, what's up, dude? Good to see you. I watched the ad stream last night. They literally talk about being over caffeinated to stay awake. Yeah, it's a weird. It's weird. B-Man the Wise with the first chat over on Twitch says, so what's the word? How's your day? My day's good, dude. My day's really good. Thanks for stopping in for the first time. Hope you decided to hit that follow button. It's everywhere I go. Yeah. Too much salt. What? Yo! Become best friends. Yep. Woo! Appreciate that, dude. Thandro says, not just literature, but the educational standards have changed. When I was in primary schools, there was homework. Not my daughter hasn't had one homework assignment now in 5th grade. I've been assigning book reports on the books she reads. You know what's funny? Yeah, so this is one thing I'm very thankful for, is that my kindergartner and my 2nd grader both have homework assignments. They're not hard, but they're enough to engage them on a daily basis. My son has to read. They have reading contests. My son's a bookworm anyway. He loves reading. Not to mention being required to teach to the lowest level instead of the highest. Yeah, that is another issue. But in our past, like when I was in school, it was always, you always taught at like, what? Did we just become best friends? Yo, Thandro, thanks so much for the follow on Twitch. Appreciate you, brother. They always taught at like, there was like a baseline level you taught at, and then the teacher would modify as needed. If you were falling behind, you went and got extra help after school, or someone came in and helped you. But now that's that's verboten, right? You don't like out people as being less than, or any of that. It's a bizarre, again, it's not shaming. It's just a way of it's just, hey, this is where this is the level we need to be at. If you're down here, we'll just get you some extra help to pull you up a little bit. And you might have to put in a little extra work. That's just how life is. It's not meant to shame anyone, But now we don't really have that. We just teach to the lowest possible level. And then the one good thing is, though, is that my sons do have, they're bright kids. They do go to programs that are a little bit more accelerated and more difficult, which so they are still benefiting the people who are a little bit, above or farther ahead. So that's nice. B-Man the Wise, we are talking about post-election REEE on Twitter a little bit, and just general politics and American culture right now. B-Man says, I graduated in 2016, and it seems that after that shit really went downhill in the school system. It's been on the decline for a while. I think it's been on the decline for a while. The U.S. Department of Education has been a drain for a long time. Part of the thing is that it protects these teachers unions protect bad teachers, right? Teachers that are underperforming. They're just there for tenure, and they're to collect a paycheck, that don't really necessarily care about the students that they're teaching. And it's not all of them, but some of them are just bad and they're not helping. But you can't just like fire them the way you can someone who's underperforming at work in a normal job. Daniel says, well, ever since the educational standard of no kid left behind that started, I believe, in Florida during the Jeb Bush era, right? What does Static say? I'm anti-homework. The vast majority of jobs don't require you to bring home work. Schools shouldn't either. Yeah, I disagree with this in that I think that I think that children need to learn how to take some work home with them and be responsible for something afterward. Like they need to be able to, it's like a time management thing. And it's even great for parents. It's even great for parents to learn like this, that they need to, hey, like you can't just have fun all the time. You come home, you have your responsibilities. Here's some assignments to do. And I think if the schools are doing their job, homework is very easy, or not very easy. It has enough of a challenge for them to sit and think, and then they can get their assignments done. And again, it builds some responsibility. It builds some like self-confidence, which is really awesome. Dan in the Dirt says, both my adult kids work. My son is turning wrenches on boats, and my daughter works full-time at a big box store trying to figure things out. I'm happy that they are doing okay. Absolutely, man. I think that, people need to experience life at their own pace, but I do think that there's milestones that people need to strive for and hit that they may or may not get. It's hard. Again, it's hard sometimes to be, you're not always going to be up with everyone else, but you're not any less than necessarily if you don't hit those marks at the same time. Most of my jobs have take home work. Dave T. says, yeah, it just depends. Guys, thanks for all the engagement and chatting today. I really appreciate y'all, especially over on Twitch. Got a couple faces in here that are new. D-Man the Wise says, I feel like on the flip side of that, though, kids are expected to wake up super early and focus 8 hours straight at a school and then come home and do hours worth of homework. I don't think that if we're going to get rid of homework, that we're going to need to lower the amount of homework we give. So this is also, again, it's a flaw of public schools. They're meant to sort of make mindless working drones. So this is why homeschool is oftentimes a really good alternative, because it allows the kids to learn things that they're interested in, along with your basic math, reading, writing curriculum, because those are the most important things. Can a kid read? Can we do math, algebra? Again, reading comprehension, and some history, and then beyond that, you're sort of left to, okay, what about history is the child most interested in, and you can focus on those. Again, there is basic curriculum you got to go through, but with homeschooling, or even school of your choice, they can focus on things that they really enjoy. And because I agree, I think 8 hours at a school can be daunting for some younger kids. No, I think I understood what you said. I think it's based on the Roman slave education. It's meant to churn out educated slaves so they could do menial bookkeeping tasks for the free man or patrician. Yeah. Yeah, there like again, there's and I think the biggest thing that a lot of modern education is missing, or the modern schools are missing, is that time to like play and get dirty. And I know this is weird, but I do think that kids need to spend more time in like a sort of recess setting, socializing with others. And the one thing I will say, and again, this is in my school district, and we just went and did conferences yesterday with my kids. Both of their classrooms, the kindergarten classroom and the second grade classroom, both had their desks facing each other. So the kindergarten table was a circle, and all the kids sat in a circle at their table. So there's like 5 tables in the classroom, and I think the four kids around each table. My son, my second grader, the desks are pushed face to face, so they're all in a group setting. They're socializing, they're talking to one another, they can help each other if they need. This is really, really big in my opinion. You shouldn't be, lining everyone up, isolating each person. And then the second graders, my son, they have this great sort of like program they do where if another student like in their table area is having trouble, if another student like my son knows the curriculum or knows the subject matter better, they allow them to help the student next to them, and it boosts self-confidence with the student, like my boy, and then it makes the other kid feel a little bit better because it's not just an adult that they're interacting with, but another child, another peer. That is really, really important. And again, in my opinion, you're creating a social interaction that they need to develop. Kids need both organized and unorganized play. I absolutely agree with this, Trey, that they need both. Kids need to be like left alone. Kids need to be left alone to experiment and do the things that they want to do, but also they need to learn structure. They need to learn that at this time we're doing this, and sometimes you can't just do whatever you want. It's an absolutely important thing to remember. John Lovell says, why do Catholics worship Mary? I have no idea. I don't know, John. I'm not a Catholic. That is why PE is important, Trey. It's organized play. Plus, you have an adult there to share the necessary skills. Absolutely. Thandro says, am I saying your name right? Thandro? From my point of view, the students should be taught respect by the parents. They can't expect teachers to teach morals and ethics and curriculum. Parents also need to step up and do some teaching. Old adage, it takes a village. This is my point. Okay, this is a really good point that I want to really harp on. I have said this 100 times. When I see people going crazy nuts over like woke, anti-woke stuff online, it grinds my gears, because teachers are responsible for curriculum. They shouldn't be teaching certain, what I consider inappropriate content. There are certain books that are not appropriate for certain age groups. That's not banning books. That's just a reality. We don't let kids look at nudie mags. We don't let kids consume inappropriate content, watch gory movies. We don't let them swear. It is absolutely the parents' job to show, not just tell, show kids how to interact respectfully with others, treat other people with empathy, apologize when needed, be assertive, sometimes be passive. It is 100% the parents' job to do that. And it's all done through action. Most of it's done through action. I can say to the cows come home, be nice, don't yell at people. But if all I'm doing is yelling and being disrespectful to my wife, that's what the child's going to learn. And that's how he's going to interact with other people. Show, don't tell when it comes to your kids. It is absolutely incumbent upon the parent to do this stuff. And it's not talked about nearly enough. Kids are passive learners. They're sponges. They're not just you tell them what's going on and they figure it out. No. They watch what other people are doing in their environment, and then they will mimic that. They will mirror that behavior to others. Boom. I'm Peter. What? Yes. Teachers should be moral agents as well. I do think this is important. Again, it's you're not gonna bat 1,000. You know, like, and this is where it's so important. People don't realize, if you are good at teaching your kids and showing your kids how to deal with difficult situations and how to think critically, bad people will become less and less of a problem. Bad actors will become less and less of a problem because they will recognize inconsistencies, things that they are like, wait, like, oh, that's not right. That seems a little off. And they might talk to you about it. And then you can properly, converse with them about things that are going on. It's really, really important that you interact with your kids. So important. I'm not perfect. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect. Teachers should be well-trained in basic philosophy. Maybe. I think it's important. Like, I think philosophy is an important, like, aspect of teaching and like, I think philosophy in a lot of ways just keeps your mind open. That's just me personally. Let's see what else we got here for tweets. There's just been plenty of shit. Hold on. I know one. This. Let's look at this. So, Saki Sakura TVD says, by the way, if it's not clear, if you voted for Trump, you're not welcomed in my community. Hit that unfollow button right now. My content is for people who celebrate and value human rights. Giving your vote to Trump when he is the enemy of those rights is not welcomed. Bye. Let's see if anything else says. Trans rights are human rights. LGBT blah, blah, blah. Rights are human rights. Black Lives Matter. Women's rights, including the right to choose for their body, are human rights. Indigenous rights are human rights. If you're not for any of these, you're not welcome in my community. Here's the issue with this. None of these things are under fire right now. Trump, I don't think Trump has said anything about removing anyone's rights. There was no talk about removal of LGBT alphabet rights. Again, no one was talking about Black Lives Matter. I think the only thing that might be able to be attributed to this being trans rights was people pushing back on just gender affirming care for young kids that are not adults. This is the thing that's been completely misconstrued. And people like myself, people like a lot of the people in my audience, we don't care what full-grown adults do with their body. And I don't even care necessarily what someone who's maybe 16, 17 does with their body, but it needs to go through many years of therapy and testing. Even Brianna Wu is on board with this, right? Trans woman who is very outspoken, very liberal, very pro-Harris, has even said, you should not be just like, you shouldn't be able to just go in 2 hours later, be able to get a double mastectomy. None of this stuff is actually happening. Women's rights, no one's taking away women's rights. The right to choose, even Ruth Bader Ginsburg thought that the whole Roe v. Wade thing was not the place for it. There's no one knows where in the Constitution this right should be codified or is codified. It's one of the reasons it went back to the states. It is not illegal anywhere to get an abortion for medical reasons, ectopic pregnancies, etc. Matter of fact, I think most of these states allow abortions up to 6 weeks. Trump has even said that he thought it should be longer than that, or at least that, and even longer. It's important to be informed about these things before you start blanketing every single person on the planet. And just assuming like, hey, I heard this thing somewhere, so it must be true. So everyone who voted this way, get out. I mean, I hope these people find their way. I hope these people understand like what it is that people are really concerned about, the real concerns of people. Sandro says, it's sad to see the split in the nation because mainstream media has endorsed it. Yeah, it's very true. They continue to push lies that are just patently false, that are easily debunked. Easily debunked. They're running the same playbook from 2016. They thought the gays were going to be put in camp. Yeah, it's silly. Like, no one's doing that. Trump has said time and again that he's endorsed it. He endorsed gay marriage before even Obama and Biden. So it's not even something I'm like concerned about. Aussie ASMR multi-layered says REEE. Yes, all the REEE. Right. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it is, because again, a lot of these posts don't get specific. There's nothing specific about these posts when they talk about the need to celebrate human life and all that, and the fact that Trump is not, and blah 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 blah. And here's one other thing that I'm going to break down real fast. There's this thing being said: my content is for people who celebrate and value human rights. I heard an interesting thing recently about the need to celebrate different people, or even celebrating human rights. Do I love, like most people? Like, I'm not opposed to how people live their lives at all. I'm not opposed to it at all. Got gay friends. I got trans friends. I have women friends. I have I have such a wide array of friends at this point, people I talk to and converse with, and like from different political spectrums. Like, I think the idea of celebrating them is an odd one. I think giving people respect and, like a bit of dignity is so much different. The fact that everyone requires that you celebrate their way of life is one of the, I think, the reasons we find ourselves where we are. We're all humans, guys. We all are different. Even as a straight white guy, I am much different than some of the other straight white guys that are in this chat. Do I need you guys to celebrate those things? No, that's absurd. It's absurd. You could certainly respect the different things that I like. Some of you might not respect the things that I like. But this is, I think, where we're starting to lose the plot, is the need to celebrate all of these inalienable traits. Like, I'm black. We need to celebrate that. I am gay. We need to celebrate that. I am trans. We need to celebrate that. Like, you don't need to celebrate all of that, because that is who you are. But really, who you are at the end of the day is how you treat other people. If your happiness is dictated by the need for others to celebrate you, you've lost the plot. And that's where we will disagree. And I think where conservatives sort of separate everything is that they're not looking for necessarily celebration of identity, just like we're all in this together. And this is just my view. Maybe conservatives don't share that. Maybe other conservatives think, oh no, we need to celebrate our conservation. I don't know. Do you know who likes to celebrate? Yahtzees? Yeah, I mean, they did, I suppose. I could care less who you love or sleep with, just leave kids out of it. Yeah, kids need to be left out of a lot of this stuff, for sure. I lost your plot, but that's because I was in the car trying to listen. What's up, Mephisto? It's more like worship, to be fair. It is like worship, yeah. There's no need to worship these identities. Like, if you happen to be gay or straight or trans or anything, catkin, helicopterkin, do you, but don't expect, like, people have no obligation to love you. A lot of that is contingent upon how you are interacting with others. Like, and that should be the very fairest point you could make. Oh, why can't I do this? Sorry, I'm doing something real fast. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everyone for hanging out so far. This has been a really great stream. We're just kind of going until we get kicked out of before we get kicked out of OBS, because That's what my thing loves to do. Okay, so my super chat goal can't be done for some reason. It's all glitched out. Let me try one other thing. I was going to try another super chat goal today if it were possible, but it doesn't look like YouTube is letting me. All good. Yeah, if you guys enjoy the stream, I hope you considering supporting with a small super chat, keep us going on a regularly timed basis. One of the last things I should need to know about someone is who they are sleeping with. There's so much more to a person. Exactly. I mean, and that's like the fairest possible thing. All the leftists and communists left Twitch. No, they didn't. No, they didn't, Bomber. How's it going, Bomber? Good to see you. Thank you so much for your first chat. Appreciate you coming in. For those of you who are new on Twitch and who just followed, thank you once again. I do play video games from time to time. I do political discussions. I'm more on, a lot of times I'm more on YouTube when it comes to these political things, but I try and, cross over the audience when I can, because I do find it productive to have these discussions with people who might not agree with me. I do TikTok debates when I can. I sit down with people that are ideologically opposed to me. Dave Chappelle said it perfectly. Hold on, let me put this up there. Dave Chappelle said it perfectly. Don't expect me to participate in your self-image. Yeah, I mean, it's quite honestly the most perfect and I think rational approach. And it's the fairest way of putting it. Like I hear people say, "Oh, don't expect me to take part in your delusion." Like that's a more negative way of putting it, but like this is, I'm not going to participate in your self-image. It's not incumbent upon me to do so. And that's the end of this. That's the end of the story. Guys, can you guys give me 1 second? I'm just going to run over to the bathroom real fast because coffee's going right through me, but I'm going to be back and we're going to go through some more tweets. Okay, I'm back. Aussie ASMR multi-layered for $2. Says, I'm sleeping with Jake. Worship me. He is blackish. All right. Bomber Z Squad 96 says, free speech is back, boys. All those leftists went to Canada. Are you sure? Are you sure? You sure? Leon, what's up, man? Ruin Leon from YouTube. He really wants to have a conversation. Should we bring him in? Should we bring in Leon? Should we have a conversation with this man? I don't know if I can respect the opinion of a black man right now. I think he's going to talk down to me. Leon's good people, right? Am I done shilling? Dog. I'm not done. I'm not done being a rational mofo. I'm not done being a rational mofo. This guy is probably in his YouTube or in his Twitch channel playing NFL or NCAA 25, listening to me, trashing me to his audience. That's probably what he's doing right now. You're literally just let's look at this tweet real quick before we bring Leon in, because I think this guy has been interesting. Harry Sisson, America failed women tonight. Trump bullied, assaulted, and stripped reproductive rights away from women all across the country. And instead of standing against it, many voted for it. We have failed our daughters, mothers, and sisters. Let me just put this to rest. All right. Because people are so dumb. Trump might be a bully. Sure. America failed women tonight. No one failed women tonight. Women actually voted for Trump. So this assumes that no women voted for Trump at all, and all the votes came from men. He was guilty of sexual assault. Sure, this might be right. Trump stripped reproductive rights away from women all across the country. Trump did no such thing. So Trump used his presidential power that is given with the Constitution to appoint empty seats in the Supreme Court. Trump did not take Roe v. Wade and rip it up in front of people and take away the rights to reproduce. So women are still allowed to reproduce in this country. They're allowed to do so freely. What has been restricted and regulated to the states is the ability to just have an abortion whenever you want. That's what's been regulated by the states. We have failed our daughters, mothers, and sisters. We haven't failed anyone. So here's the thing. This assumes, again, that every single person who voted for Trump was a man. This is just patently false. We didn't fail anybody. We didn't fail anyone. And this only becomes true if you believe all of this up here. There are people in the country that value human life at the earliest possible stages. I am a little bit different. I'm not 100% pro-life. I understand the pro-life argument. I think that there should be a 6 to 12 week buffer where you have a chance to decide. I think if you're really truly if you really believe something happened and you're not ready to be a parent, go take Plan B. And that still doesn't work, then go get the pill from Planned Parenthood that it's a level up, and do it, between that 4 and 6 week period, and then be done. I think that's perfectly acceptable. I don't advocate for it. There's a difference now before y'all jump down my throat. But I do think that this is, it's an important distinction to make here. We didn't fail anybody. We only failed people when you believe the lie above. Get it right, Harry. All right, let's fucking Leon. We got to talk to Leon, because he's a good dude. We like Leon a lot. Let's see, don't switch.
Anything, it was just about first.
We're all gonna die. But now, we're all gonna die.
Now it's
we're all gonna die. Shag, we're all gonna die.
Are we?
Dylan, go enjoy your day. Get off my phone with this gobbledygook.
Is that Della? Shag. Did I hear Della?
Yeah.
I missed Della.
Well, call him.
He's probably working right now. We can't call him on.
I just called him. What are you talking about?
Is he on Discord? I don't think we're friends on Discord.
He just said he could get in the Discord call. That's even funnier.
Call him up.
I'll add him to this.
Yeah, add him to the call. I love Della.
Oh, sure. So now.
Oh, we're gone. We lost. At some point, we're all going to die. Yeah. Trump is coming for the black man. Oh shit. Over here. Call again, Leon. Call one more time. I didn't see the call. How do I can't even join. Why can't I join the call? Trying to get into a call together to talk about stuff. Delacroix and Ruin Leon. If you guys don't follow Ruin Leon, he's on Twitch. He's on YouTube. It's good, dude.
This is better. Hello?
All right. What's up, freaks?
Shag, before Della says anything, I just want you to know. We're all die! They're coming!
They're coming for you. They ain't coming for me. I'm a white guy. I'm straight. I'm white. I'm good.
Fucking racist white male. How could you? But before your dumbass chat thinks I'm serious, how you feeling?
Fine. I mean, I'll be honest. I was honest the other day. Like, I didn't think that Trump was going to win. I'm surprised that he won by the margin he did. And I'm surprised that there was such a, I'm surprised that the Democrats didn't show up to vote. Like, it, the more I think of it, the more it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I'm fine. I don't think that Trump is like the savior. I don't think Trump's wearing a Superman cape or anything. But
what are you talking about? Free speech is back, apparently. Remember when Elon owned Twitter? Free speech is back, and people still get banned off Twitter.
Yeah.
Biden was right. Niggas don't know to use the computer.
What's up, Della? Good to see you, man.
You can't see me, but good to hear you.
Good to hear you, yes.
See how when you try to use your white mind?
I'm scared. I'm scared I'm going to wake up one day and SHAGCast is going to be like, get back to the fields, Della.
Well, according to that woman on the street yesterday, that's what's coming.
Oh my God.
Tell people that story.
Leon, Leon doesn't have Twitter anymore. So listen to this, Leon. I was at work, right? This is like 7:30 in the morning. Some white woman comes up to me with tears in her eyes. Like tears. I'm like, oh, we're in the Bronx. Maybe she's lost or some shit. She goes to me. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm like, what is happening? She's like, I'm so sorry. I hope you're safe. You know, please take care of yourself. You know, I'm just confused. Like, what is she talking about? You know, don't be scared. I know don't be scared because he won. It's gonna be okay. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. And she tries to hug me, and I like stiff arm her. I'm like, no, that's okay. Thank you. And she's like, be brave. You're gonna be okay. And I'm like, oh my God, bro. I can't. It's people are annoying before the election. Now people are even more annoying after the election. I just can't take it anymore. I can't.
Did you vote for Trump?
I don't vote.
You don't vote.
Government, remember?
Okay. Yeah.
Shag, did you vote? You communist?
Yeah, I voted.
And you voted for Kamala, you communist.
No way. I didn't vote for that hoe.
He voted
Please
for
tell me you didn't
Jill
vote
Stein.
Democrat.
He did. He voted for Jill Stein. I know he did.
What a waste of a fucking vote.
I voted for Trump.
How is that a waste of a Stein? How is that a waste of a fucking vote? Put it like
It's
this.
not.
It is our American fucking right to vote for whoever we want to vote for, is it not?
Amen.
That's what people went to war and died for, right? To vote for whoever you want to vote for.
Yeah.
Only in the last fucking 8 years has it become you have to vote this way and this way only. Because if you don't, you're all these bad things. Only in the past 8 years it became this.
Yep.
Why? Because of the fucking media and the government wanted to divide us even greatly. So we're gonna continue to get divided more and more and more, and it's never gonna go back. Even after the 4 years of Trump, and there's gonna be a new Republican, people are gonna say you have to vote Democrat, no matter what.
Yep. Sandro on Twitch asked, how is voting for anyone besides the two conglomerate parties a wasted vote? Well, people will tell you that it is because like it's taking away from the Democrats or the Republicans, which if for people who are, I think this is just my opinion, people who are on the fence and who are like, I don't like Trump and I don't like Harris, like, but I happen to like maybe the libertarian candidate, or maybe it's just I'm voting for that because it's my right to vote and I don't want to see either of them get a vote. Again, that's part of your American right. Again, like Della said, to fought for by many people before you to hold that right to vote for the candidate you want, and to say that you, and I think even abstaining is your right. Like if you don't want to vote, that's totally up to you too. If you find no candidate is a part of who you want, but like people are just like, they want to guilt you into making a decision because they want to feel like holier than thou.
What a waste of a vote. These fuckers sat there and their vote didn't even matter. It was like less than 2%.
But it does matter. If enough people vote for a candidate, like I think Ross Perot did it. Like in the 2000 election, I forget when it was, but Ross Perot was a third party candidate that really sort of changed the fabric of the election. Because
cool. Can I ask you a question?
What?
When did you say that was?
I forget. I don't want to misspeak, but I do remember that Ross Perot was on the ticket a few times and he pulled a lot of votes.
Like what was the year?
I want to say,
if you had an estimate.
I think it was the Clinton era. So 96, 90. Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't 2024. That's cool.
No,
I'm glad that in the past that there's a reference to when this was prominent. Now, third party don't mean shit. And the whole basis for some people, I ain't gonna say everybody, the basis for voting third party or for voting for Jill Stein was because, I don't trust either one of these candidates because Palestine and Gaza, boy, what a waste of time voting because your candidate didn't get enough votes to make any fucking thing happen. They weren't going to get a crumb of power. They weren't going to get a crumb of money. And I will work with the theory that those people voted third party just to get a fucking sticker.
Maybe.
L plus ratio mauled Trump won. Congratulations.
But wait, but here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't understand about a lot of people who are just smooth brain and brain dead.
Like you.
They sat there and said that, I don't trust the right or the right or the left, right? Okay, they don't like none of the parties. A lot of people on Twitter were saying that. A lot of people in the internet, a lot of influencers were like, I don't trust either candidate. Okay, so why did we not try the Green Party for once in our lifetime? Why not try it? No, because you guys got endorsed. Because no, they are informed. Because if supposedly all these people saying now you have to be educated, they should take an educational test to be able to vote. Half the people in America can't even fucking name the three branches of government.
Hey, some of them can't even get to a Walgreens.
So exactly. So now they have this whole poll like, white people who don't have a college degree voting. Half the people voting don't have a fucking college degree, right? Because they would have knew it was a third party, and then a third party there was a white woman and a black man in the Green Party.
Well, look,
but no.
Hold on,
because they weren't a bigger party and weren't endorsed by all these celebrities like Beyonce, Lady Gaga, and all these other fucking rich people who don't live in the same reality as us.
You got to think about it, Della. So let's go around the room. Do you have a college degree?
Yes.
Shag, do you have a college degree?
Nope.
Oh, well, we cancel him out. We're smarter than him.
Whoa.
So bow down, uneducated.
Wow.
Yeah, you know how to get to a Walgreens?
We have the superiority here, white man.
We have the superiority, bucko. Also, thank you for the member. Big, I can't pronounce that.
Let me read something real quick. So someone in my chat, first time chatter over on Twitch, Kohala Walla. Are you from Hawaii? Are you from the Kohala area in Hawaii?
Wow, racism.
No. Kohala is a region of the Big Island, you bitch. Shut up.
Whoa.
Mr. Education.
You can tell where he got his college degree from.
First of all, I'm educated.
I think he got that.
DeVry.
He doesn't have a college degree.
University of Phoenix over here.
I can spot racism from a mile away with my college degree.
So he said, let me put this up on my screen so people can see it. Most of our issues come from prescribing motives to people we see as beneath us. I'd argue self-righteousness is a trait of the stupid. I love this. I think this is very, very well said. And it's a problem on the left and the right. People say that Democrats are this because, again, they believe that they're above Democrats in a certain way, and vice versa. Both sides do it. And I think it's an easy way. It's a cop out for like actually reading into something and looking into something and not just
reading. Who does that?
Who reads? Fucking
Pick up
nerd.
an iPad, loser.
Yeah.
Or
Audiobooks are the way to go.
I have
You don't
some
have a
white guy
Kindle?
tell me a story. I don't do that. I don't read.
you don't have a Kindle.
Exactly.
What's wrong with you, poor?
Poor white man. Living off my benefits. Get a job, you
Skill
bum.
issue. We had a black president. Who do you have?
You know what's funny? I just saw a video of somebody saying this person was obviously far left, like the farthest of the left, saying that if you voted for Trump because you care more about your gas prices and your grocery prices, you should go get a better job.
I just
you
watched
poor
that.
Like
Wait, what?
like he said like you should go get a better job. Now let's flip this. Now imagine.
Wait a minute. He also said,
Oh, jump off a
Trump
bridge.
supporters. Yes.
He told
What?
Trump to jump off a bridge. Now,
Very
hear me out. Hear
tolerant.
me out. Hear me out. Let's flip it. If somebody was on Twitter right now who's have to be the LGBTQ or trans crying because they don't, they can't pay their rent, they're suffering, they can't buy food, they're about to be homeless, right?
We should
If
actually
somebody
give them
said-
our money. Give them your money because the left is the sign of love, indoctrination, and the like.
But could you imagine if that same type of wording was said by somebody who was on the right to somebody like that, a homeless trans person that said, "Oh, get a better job."
Transphobic.
You poor person.
Yeah, it's transphobic.
Transphobic. What are you talking about?
This all
It's
goes.
hateful.
Yeah.
Bella, I'm getting tired of you. You fucking bald man. How could you? You used to be
Having hair-
black.
That's
and now
Harris.
look at you.
Having hair is a privilege.
You're
Check
bald.
your privilege, you bastard.
Actually, in Della's defense, baldness is a sign of elevated testosterone.
Weakness.
So no, elevated
It's a sign of
testosterone.
weakness. Weak men don't have hair. I read about it on Wikipedia. Wikipedia is my source of information. Somebody's gonna take me serious.
It's just honestly sad to see how now the side that said that they are tolerant and caring has devolved into just as hateful as the far right, being homophobic, transphobic, racist,
Wait a
just as
minute.
the people they say they're against.
Where
Well,
have you been?
here's what I'm
happened.
going to interrupt real quick. Like, I hate the ascribing like the far right as homophobic and racist and stuff, because the left
And
is the same shit. Like they're racist. They're
Don't forget garbage.
they're garbage, whatever. Like to people that they disagree with. It's the idea that racism or sexism, whatever, is only ascribed to like far right is crazy to me. Like both sides of the political spectrum like engage in this shit constantly. It's just that the right people like to use the right because they think it's like, oh, like that's where fascism
Where it was
is.
born. It is. Don't you see? People like Andrew Tate want me to die unless I give him all my money so that I can be a part of Hustler University.
Well, if I just give him one more subscription, maybe I'll have a Lambo one day. I think that's what.
Right.
Yeah.
We're all doomed. Because, Shag, now the gimmick is, hey, I'm going to wish death on a white guy who actually was going around and actually being a pretty decent fucking advocate for informing people about things the left was doing. Yeah, because Kamala didn't win. It's time to wish death. Sure, that makes sense.
Luckily, I haven't seen a lot of death threats. I've just seen a lot of like just complete fucking moronic takes. Like, well, even this one,
Tons
like,
of death
Like
threats.
bald
Tons of death
people
threats.
deserve to care. Like, yeah, that's pretty crazy.
well, even so, this Neil
Bald
Lombard
people deserve
character
love.
on Twitter says a recount is not enough. Demand a revote and an investigation into election interference by Russia in swing states that previously went to Biden. Both Biden and Harris and other prominent voices need to support this motion. So, like, the one problem I find here is that like people still believe that Russia interfered with previous elections, and then second, like Harris has just been an unlikable candidate from the beginning. She got ousted by Tulsi Gabbard in 2020. They just installed her as the candidate now without a primary, so no one really liked her anymore, but we were lied to saying that she was so popular and so great and so awesome. Like,
I mean, I think a recount is necessary. I'll tell you why.
this man. What?
Because it would be hilarious as fuck if he got more votes.
Don't do that. That's like just rubbing salt in a wound at times.
This man, literally, you remember when you were all kids and you had snotty noses and your mama grabbed you by the fucking head and just wiped your fucking nose? That's what this man just did to this lady. He just grabbed her by the fucking head and wiped her nose. That shit is sick. Shag, will you treat me like a good house slave?
Of course, like the best one. Like you were just my own.
See
Absolutely.
what happens when you have hair? The bald people hit the cotton.
Yeah, Della's a strong black man. He's going right to the fields.
That's tough.
Damn.
I knew it. You happen.
It's coming. It's coming. I'm going back to the field.
That's tough.
I'm gonna wake up a slave.
My pronouns are massa.
That's crazy. We're all gonna die.
Here we go.
Just
gonna
wait.
say this
Just
shit
hearing
about
that
rules
from
and
somebody.
things.
Like, I don't know why black people feel like the minute a Republican wins, they going back to slavery. Like, slavery is gonna happen overnight. Like, they don't. It's bam, you're a slave again.
It's because it's low IQ thing. It's because it's this group think that, I went over a tweet before, like we're like Trump is trying to take away gay rights. They're trying to take away, like, he doesn't care about black people. Like, what? Like, where does this all come from? Like, there's like not you heard this from someone, like some pundit said it, and then you just repeat it. Like, there's no, like, that's not happening. Even my mom sent me a text message saying she was crying, and I was like, what are you? What? Oh, crying about what? Why are you crying over a fucking politician? I love my mom to death. She's like one of the best ladies in the world. She's smart, but like this.
Is she really? If
Well,
she's calling you,
Don't disrespect my mama.
I'm not disrespecting mama.
But it's like I don't like people who deify these like, or they hold these politicians up so high, like they can do no wrong. Like Trump, he's just the answer to everything. No, he's not. And neither is Harris.
What are you talking about? Free speech is back. Our country is saved. What are you talking about? Did you not see the reaction from these fucking people?
It's just no one's going back to anything. Everything's gonna be fine. Women aren't gonna be wearing red dresses and fucking white hoods.
I'm gonna tell every single one
They might just do it on their own.
Hold on. I'm gonna tell all you motherfuckers this. If I don't start seeing prices go down, I'm kicking Trump out that office. Fuck that. All you motherfuckers.
Exactly.
All you motherfuckers bitch about them eggs. If them fucking prices, I'm giving that motherfucker 6 months. If them prices don't go down, I want them gone. Fuck it.
I know you're trolling, but like I know you're trolling, but listen.
No, I'm not trolling. With a straight face. All these motherfuckers bringing up eggs, the price of everything's still high. He got 6 months. I better see some shit go down.
It won't happen. It's not gonna happen in 6 months.
Fuck
and
it. He got 6 months.
But that is, you're not the only person who believes that it would take 6 months to do that. There are plenty of people who are like, they're going to do the same thing. Come June of next year, they're going to go, oh, see, look, everything's still really expensive. This guy said he was going to solve all our problems. Even Republicans will get down on that. This shit takes, like, the economy doesn't turn around in this amount of, in even a year. You'll start to see, progressive things.
Make it enough.
But this is one of the issues too. I find is like I don't want to hear from Republicans. I don't want to hear from Democrats about anything that may or may not happen right now. The dude hasn't even been sworn in yet. First of all, and second of all, we can't make up shit.
On the field anyway.
But do you see though? You see everyone's just fucking clamming up. All of a sudden, Hamas wants a fucking ceasefire and peace. China wants to mend relationships.
How true is that? Wait, slow down there, high speed. How fucking true is that?
Well, I don't. True. I saw the thread with all these things.
You saw a thread.
But listen,
Is it
okay.
from a reliable source?
All right, I will say this. Take it with a grain of salt because it may not be true. But if all these things are true within the time that he was elected, like that should tell you something about how the world views Donald Trump. If it's true, that's all I'm saying.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
He better start lowering my fucking gas price tonight.
Well, you know, and here's what I learned. One of the things we learned the other day is that, or one of the things I learned was that one of the reasons you're seeing, like we are drilling more and extracting more oil now than we have been in the past. Like we were at peak back in like 2021 or 22. And now we're even above that in our barrels per day. And largely because, and we're not seeing, the gas prices are still up. We are drilling, but gas prices are still up because we drained our reserves because everything shut down during COVID. So now we're trying to replenish those reserves. And that's one of the reasons you're not seeing gas prices come down is because we used up so much of what we had when we shut down these industries because of.
I think the dumbest people are the ones that said, I'm voting for Trump because he gave me $1,000 that one time. That was one fucking time. And some people really hang to that. Like, you're not getting that again unless you get another fucking pandemic.
But wait, listen, a lot of people just relate what Trump is doing because a lot of people, even myself, when I was making like about 80 grand a year,
Mhm.
I felt like I was spending a lot of money, but I still had money to blow. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I didn't feel like I was hurting or suffering a lot because I could spend like $500 and be like, oh, I'm still fucking good. Like, I could pay my rent, pay my car, and buy groceries, or even eat out every night and still be afloat. Now I'm making
Can I have
much
$1?
more money. You can have $2 if you want.
Ooh.
But now I feel like I'm spending money and I'm just like, yo, I can't fucking stay afloat. My car is paid off too. You know, gas is kind of high. And like just doing shit that like I found as luxury is a little bit harder. And now I'm like managing my money and I'm still like, bro, I fucking can't stay afloat. What's going on? I'm making much more money now. So what happened? So a lot of people saw like while under the Trump regime the last 4 years, past 8 years, I'm sorry, they had more money and they felt more stable, especially in the stock market, because
Yeah.
even people who just fell into stocks were making money. Everybody was eating, and that's what people liked. And even like black construction workers were getting more jobs and opportunities.
Mhm.
The black unions were making money galore.
And now they're in the fields.
Back to the fields, boys.
Whoa, you can't say that. You're white.
What? I thought we were cool. I thought I was able to.
Humor's only for black people when white people say it. It's bigotry. You think Puerto Rico is a flying island of garbage. Hateful.
Hey, Nasmer,
Hold on,
thanks for the 2-month sub. Appreciate you, brother.
let me get my liberal friends to fucking tweet and bitch at you and then do nothing else because that's all that happens.
Everyone's gonna be fine. I want people to stop pretending like this is like somehow the end times. Like, hey man, I'll eat my words if in whatever 6 months, like people are like, you guys are all chained up and I'm fucking sitting in like a high-rise tower counting my Benjamins. Like I'll apologize,
crazy.
but dude,
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, I don't see any of this shit like happening. I don't see trans rights getting revoked. I don't see gay people not being able to marry who they want. All this stuff that people are pretending is going to happen, like it's just fucking bonkers.
Della, imagine this fuckwit just whips us and is just secretly saying, "I'm sorry, I was wrong."
Hey, I will.
Oh, it's so wrong. Let us go. Fuck.
Oh man. Oh yeah. He will apologize as he is counting his $100 bills. Yeah.
Hey, ain't that some shit?
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
You.
You know what? I'll even give you a couple on the way out. All right.
At least let me be a house slave. Like, what the fuck? Black people already hate each other because everybody got something different from each other. Put the bald people in the field. Everybody with hair, come on inside. You got some class.
This is Trump's America now. Leon wants to be in the big house. Leon's the he's Samuel L. Jackson from Django Unchained.
Somebody said I get to be in the house and my cooking channel is gonna pop off. Terrible.
Oh my god, that's too funny. Deli, you off from work today or what?
Yeah, I called out because it's just so hard to deal with what's going on in the world. It's taking a toll on me. I woke up so sad knowing that this guy has won, so I just needed a day to myself.
Right. I can't.
No, in
function
reality, I
without
just feel like
the
going to
day.
work. I'm like, I got PTO. I'm taking the day.
Nice. What happened to you, like, in my opinion, is one of those things that, like, I look at it and be like, this is the problem. The fact that some woman thought it was necessary to walk up to you like that and say, I'm so sorry. Like, it'll be like.
I wish a bitch would.
What, like?
I wish a bitch would do that
what-
shit to me.
Was she white?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like white, like this white savior thing? Like, oh my god, like what? What?
Yes.
You're nice. I feel like there's plenty. Like Leon here would probably told that bitch to fuck off. Like laughed.
I was at work. I was like had my company's like logo on my hard hat and jacket. Like
I'd have spit at that lady. Don't you come harass me. Harass me with your fucking think piece, bitch. I'm at my job. You out your mind.
Right.
Somebody said after this, y'all would have to agree that liberal white women are the problem. Captures,
Yeah.
I don't know if you just blind to the rest of the world, but everybody knew that already.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Nobody was contesting that, oh my God, at least, the world's burning, but at least liberal white women are okay. Who here said that? The fuck? I think people forget. Everyone's insane. All your fucking sides suck. Yes, your side's gonna win and have some fun. And then your side's gonna lose and have some fun. Your sides still have holes in them that are fucking embarrassing. Are we not aware of this?
Oh, I'm 100% aware. 100%.
I had Shag. This is the reason why we need more money into the American education system. This fucking white supremacist Shag sat here and thought the infamous BLM riots were in 2016. We're fried. We are doomed as a society if we don't even get our education correct. Embarrassing, Shag. Do you hear me? Embarrassing.
Oh, I'm embarrassing?
Yes. How could you think the
I didn't
infamous
say-
BLM riots were in 20? Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Ooh, yes,
No, I
you
didn't.
did.
I said,
ooh.
I thought, no, listen, I thought that there, because I was mixing up the two, right? There were absolutely people rioting when Trump was getting inaugurated. There was like people in the streets like throwing shit through like retail store windows, burning cars. Like that was absolutely happening.
Oh, it was specifically brought up the summer of love.
Yes, and that yes. So
You're
that
trying to use your white power to lie to the masses.
I'm not trying to lie.
People, he tried to say the summer of love was in 2016. It was not. Look at him. He's got a gun pointed at me. He's trying to kill me.
I thought no, and that's why I thought the summer of love was associated with his inauguration. That was my fault. Yes. That's when I thought.
He says as he points that gun closer to my head because I told the truth. You see what happens when you beat the mainstream media? They beat you.
But that, no, it,
Chad works at CNN.
I don't remember what I was going to say. God damn it, Leon. Clean my
So
gun.
if you get, maybe if you went to college like the rest of us, you would remember.
Right.
Idiot.
If you don't go to college, you don't make money, apparently. That's the lie I was told.
Nasmer on Twitch says, I saw a post about how some Twitter user was crying about how Trump lost the debate and ran a bad campaign. These people just don't understand the simple fact that people don't care about the procedure when they're broke. Yeah, it's true. And I don't know. I don't think that Trump is going to somehow put, millions of dollars in everyone's pocket or anything.
He's not.
Yeah, but there's
some of y'all still gonna be broke.
No, of course. And here's the thing: is I think Trump has a good enough handle on the economy to start turning things around. I think he understands. Like, do I think that his tariffs, quote unquote, are going to solve everything? No, but I do think that they're going to be a step in the right direction, because they do affect, like, while that's a tax that's imposed on America's industry and importers, it still affects prices on their end, especially in China. So
wait, I just forgot to ask y'all something. Are you above the age of 21?
Yes.
And
No.
Is the Earth round?
Is the Earth round? What shape is the Earth?
Yeah.
You must answer, or I can't take you seriously at all. Because apparently that's our metric for getting conversations going now. I'm not hearing any answers.
The Earth is kind of round, but it's kind of.
The Earth is not real, motherfucker. We live in the Matrix. Shut up.
Yeah, we live in the firmament. All right, so that's where we're at.
Well, I can't take either one of you people seriously.
You people.
Next
this
caller.
Man. This man. How dare you?
I wonder how he's feeling right now. Is he okay?
Who?
Have you went back to see that guy who you were desperately trying to get a call in with?
Oh no, I haven't. Though it's been really funny. A lot of my TikTok feed now is like people, like leftists, who are so, like, all their videos are, oh, I can't with, like, this is gonna be a landslide. Kamala's gonna take it away. And you go to like the comments, and everyone's like, part 2 when? when are we doing part 2?
Yeah. You know, it's like kind of annoying seeing all these people who are like, hey, Republicans can't take a loss. They can't. And then they're doing the exact same thing. They're demanding a recount. They're claiming cheating. Oh, we got to wait and see what they do in January to see if they're actually just like the fucking dipshits. You're not fucking helping being just like what you complain and you bitch about.
No, for sure. I have seen some people take this loss with grace.
Some of them are just sad, and it's sad to watch.
Yeah. Well, it goes back to like people holding politicians to like they make them into like deities, like they're some gods. Like these people are.
Kamala is my god.
Yeah.
I'm worshiping her. Kamala 2020.
It's Kamala. It's, at least say her name right. It's Kamala. If you can't say her name right, it's a white supremacist dog whistle. You
I ain't
bigot.
gonna lie to you. With a straight face, I've been saying Kamala and Kamala. I dare somebody try me. I'm from the South. If you hate that, you would hate everybody who lives in Louisiana.
That's
Shag, how do you pronounce oil?
I know exactly how you guys say it. I say oil.
And
I say
it irks
oil.
the fuck out of me.
Yeah. One of my friends, Trey, he's in chat. He says ol. Ol.
See? Aggravating.
Aggravating. Oh man. No, I know. Yeah.
That's why we need stronger education system. How the fuck are people saying oil as Earl? Have we collectively lost it?
Yeah.
We're doomed. We're doomed. We're fried. You know who I blame? I blame you. Shag.
Me? What did I do?
You got that fucking whites only sign in the background. It's very upsetting. My black TikTok liberal eyes are seeing it. I see it right there.
That's because they're. Oh, never mind. I thought Trey was responding to us. I don't think Trey heard what we said, or he's ignoring us. What's up, Mr. Drow? Look, I'm a Southerner.
Fuck being Southern. You're illiterate. That's what it is. Learn. Have you seen the Puerto Rican dude who tried to deliver food, but he didn't speak the language of the Americans very fluently. And the dude just looked at him and says, "Learn English." That's how I feel with all you Southerners when you can't speak the language of the people. Your silence proves that we're all racist. I just want you all to know that.
We are. Every last one of us.
Especially the bald guy. He's giving off the racist dog whistle.
Yo, Rumble's like, I've been live on Rumble. Not one. It used to be, they must have cleaned up their bots or something, because I used to get like a bunch of people on Rumble. Not anymore. Pretty funny, actually.
I'm not using that website until they fix that entire UI. It is fucking terrible.
It's gotten a little better.
No,
Not
it
great.
hasn't. A little better means it hasn't gotten better to my standards. As
Yeah.
somebody whose entire basis is technology, I despise it. Fix it. Kick also needs to fix their shit too. Kick still to this day has not done Who anything here said in that? regards to bots. It's embarrassing.
The fuck?
Yeah, Rumble must have fixed their shit, because they're usually on any video I did, there would be like usually like 5 to 10 people on there. Now there's no one, which is fine. Like if there's no one watching, I don't ever stream over there, but it's funny how that works. But it's good that, yeah, I agree, Trey. They're fixing their bot views.
You need to be more consistent, Shaggy boy.
I do. I'm not nearly consistent enough. My only consistent stream right now is my chat in my car.
You know, somebody made a fucking Rumble account with my email.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
and I
not
had
good.
I deactivated it. I'm like, what is this?
No,
It's not good.
no surprise. What people don't realize, I talked to there's a website I use for movie reviews called Criticlist, and I talked to the guy on there, and he said botting is 100% a part of social networks, because what they do is it inflates their user numbers, which allows them to like essentially charge more for like marketing and advertising. So if they want people to come on, like, oh, hey, look, we have 8 million users on here, when you really only have like 200,000 active users, but you have all these other bot accounts that, but like all these sites do it. And I'm 100% after hearing that, like that's exactly what Rumble was doing. Is maybe they're cleaning it up and they're being, because there's more people now, but they were absolutely doing that. And yeah, largely why the value of X probably dropped, Mr. Drow. Yeah. Yep.
Since Twitter's the place of free speech, how come my account's banned?
But do you know that they don't like? You know what the funny thing is about with how you see all these like the media talk about Twitter, where it's like, oh, it's a rogue type of platform,
It
and
is.
it promotes misinformation.
It
It's
does.
like, what deems something as misinformation exactly?
That's the problem.
Because when you
Confirmed to be a
when you
lie.
look at Twitter, it's all information that's at once. It's not it's up to you to decide that.
Yeah.
But I just feel like a lot of media outlets, especially like shows like The View, they don't like how Twitter doesn't pick a side, and you can say what you want, and it's going to try to promote and communicate and community note what's real and not real.
Mhm.
And what it feels like our government is trying to do is that they're trying to copy what China outline is, or North Korea, where it's like, this is the only view you're supposed to listen to.
Right.
Yes.
Everything else
I
is a
need that.
lie.
I need that. All of you bow to my words. I will control you all.
Well, yeah,
Bald people, your days are numbered.
well, like righteous people believe that what they're saying is true, right? Like, so Democrats think I have the answers. This is what can be said. Again, they don't understand the flaw in their logic is that, well, once, well, if you want to put it in terms of left and right, once the right is in charge of everything and has control, like real control, they'll make the rules in reverse, and then we'll be screaming again. And then it'll just go on and on. So the best way to combat quote unquote misinformation is more information, because the truth will always win out. In that, like, it might take some time, but people will realize, oh, all these people are actually full of shit. And I think that's part of what you're seeing is people realizing that with Twitter being a huge outlet that people can get mostly unbiased information from, then you can make the decision for yourself and get way more rather than having something be adjudicated by the FBI through government officials and then CEOs. Like, we're not seeing that nearly as much anymore. It's not saying that you aren't, like, your account's banned. I don't know why it's banned, but like, that's not
I know
right.
why.
What'd you
I
say?
know why my account's banned. So I am not maybe this would be controversial. I'm not a fan of children being raped. I feel like that is bad.
Yes.
I know, what a horrendous take for the masses.
Mhm.
And there was a 10-year-old who was raped that went to get an abortion, and people were saying that that shouldn't happen. I'm like, huh. And I was like, oh, so you're cool with a 10-year-old being violated? And they kept saying that it's God's will that a baby was put into that uterus. And I lost my collective fucking mind. And then after like an hour, I got banned because old Leon was saying a lot of hateful shit.
See, you engage in hate speech. You get
Hey man, when the conversation has it's God's will, a 10-year-old got raped, I'm not going to be rational after that. Going to be arguably belligerent.
What?
Right.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Yo, Taco Bell Toilet Seat just followed my channel. Holy shit, that's awesome. What a great username. Awesome.
What type of fucking name?
I want that man in my community. Let's go. Or woman, whatever. Hopefully it's a
anybody
woman.
want to take bets? Anybody want to take bets if there's going to be riots during Trump's inauguration?
I would say absolutely.
Strong possibility.
Taking bets? Taking bets?
Are they going to storm the Capitol though? Like, let's be specific.
They
here.
should.
They're going to die. Do you realize that?
Not.
I've made that joke
what's
several
so
times. They storm that Capitol, they're going to die.
let's talk about that storming of the Capitol, right? Like,
Oh boy.
storming. Okay, so some people tried to get in.
Got in.
They got in.
Some people did get in.
They walked in between the ropes. There was no weapons. Like, storming the Capitol is like, I think it's a generous description of what happened. Like, do I think it was right that they like forced themselves in there basically? No. But insurrection? No, it wasn't an insurrection. Storming the Capitol, like, you could probably maybe make an argument for that because there were some people trying to like bust in. But like, ultimately, there's like video evidence of people being let into that place and then them just kind of like walking through. Because like, storming, if a group storms a building, I expect chairs to go flying through windows. I expect like massive property damage. Excuse me. I didn't see a storming of the Capitol building. I saw a lot of angry Republicans, Trump supporters. I didn't see a storm, but I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, my chat's not agreeing with you on that one.
That's I don't give a fuck what they agree with. They can not agree till the cows come home. I mean, I'd be interested. What do they say? How are they defending the storming of that Capitol? How would they defend that?
One of them said, "All right, Mr. Mostly Peaceful."
Oh my God! See that? I dismiss that 100%. If they're still drinking that Kool-Aid, I'm out. I'm good. I ain't.
One said they were chanting to hang Mike Pence.
Yeah. So I've heard this. And so again, I'm not defending everyone that was there. I will say that. I'm not defending every person that was there. And the people who are saying that, no, that's not good. 100%. And I don't agree with them like entering the Capitol, right, to try and interfere with that. But to say that they were storming the Capitol, I just think it's a misnomer. I think they protested. I think they got in. That's it. And that's within their right. That is within their right to do so.
Whoa. In their right?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I don't know about that.
Wait, so is that not political speech? Are they not allowed to protest things that they find to be an injustice?
I don't know about that in their right. What was the injustice?
That they felt that the election was not
Was stolen.
Was stolen.
Don't clean it up. Just say that.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean that was the thought.
What did you call it?
Yeah,
it wasn't the right, motherfucker. That's their opinion. What the hell?
But it's their right to have that opinion. That's what I'm saying.
Right, you can have that opinion.
Right, but you can't be punished for it. I mean, the proper like if someone.
Are you sure?
No. Listen. They are allowed to have the opinion and to protest it, whether it's right or wrong.
Right.
Again, this is where I say like they entered the building. A lot of them were let in to the building, and the amount of restraint which was witnessed in there was impressive. Not everyone exercised strength. Oh my God, we took Nancy Pelosi's podium. We had our feet up on our desk. Oh, woe is me, clutching pearls. You know, but that's hardly a like insurrection, like the way an insurrection actually happens.
Motherfucker said they shat on the carpet. What?
Did they? I mean, great. I wouldn't call that storming the Capitol, but okay.
Honest question.
Yeah.
I know I often sound like a cantankerous asshole, but
you do.
Honest question. How dare you? When or how did that one chick get shot?
So that was
Babbitt.
What's that?
What was her name? Babbitt?
Ashley Babbitt. Yeah.
Okay. So how did she die?
That group was trying to force themselves into one of the entryways, and she was, yeah.
So it was.
So one group tries to get in through there, and actually there's some details surrounding that. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe my chat can help me out with it. But there was some speculation surrounding that was pretty fishy. But no, and again, do I think that they should have tried to force themselves in there? No. But I certainly wouldn't call what happened there an insurrection. One of the people in my chat says Ashley Babbitt was trying to stop them, trying to stop people from getting in, and then she got essentially caught in the crossfire there. Again, I'm not going to defend the people trying to force themselves and break down doors. And the Capitol Police was the one that fired on them. So
someone in my chat has asked, and I'm going to read it.
Sure.
Can we agree that the people who did actually break some windows have some sort of consequences?
Yeah. Destruction of property. Sure. Like you can, but like, and again, this is where like, and I'm sure maybe some people from your chat will hopefully realize like when someone says to go and peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard, like that's not a call to action to go break down doors. It's the opposite, right. Actually. So
right.
Yeah.
So look, I'm with you there.
Yeah.
One thing though, that's not really gonna help when people do their own thing.
Right.
You and I could say, all right, everybody, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the park and we're gonna pick apples. But then 50 other people show up and they just shoot everybody. That's not our fault. We didn't do that one.
Right.
But I'm saying to those specific motherfuckers, they got to face a consequence. And personally, I wouldn't care.
No, yeah, and I'm not saying that like anyone who did, like, I mean, if you're committing some sort of violence on someone else, or if you are the one breaking down like doors, like yeah, you should be like. It's one thing to demand some action, demand some like to have your voice heard and all that. It's another to try and like push your way through something. And call to action, violence against another person. Like I don't think anyone's really defending that. Even like the staunchest of conservatives isn't defending that language, but it's the misrepresentation of the whole situation, and also Trump's involvement with that is a big problem to a lot of people. And it's hard to talk about it because as soon as I say, oh, Trump didn't incite an insurrection, it becomes this whole other thing. Or, oh, people didn't storm the Capitol. Well, what about this? It's like, well, if one or two people did that, that sucks. And like that, they shouldn't have done that. But the overwhelming majority of people that were there weren't forcing themselves into the building. They walked in, they let themselves in. They were peaceful within there. Yes, some people were in there doing bad shit. But there's also talk of how there was people, essentially undercover agents there inciting something. Listen, hey.
If that's the case, we got undercover agents everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hold up.
shit off.
I'm sorry to cut off this riveting conversation, but did you guys just hear 43 monkeys just escaped a research facility in South Carolina last night, and police are now searching for them? 43
We're all gonna
monkeys
die!
escaped
They
a
got the
research
monkeypox!
facility. Not one, not two. 43 monkeys escaped. Planet of the Apes next. How the fuck did 43 monkeys escape?
A question is being asked to you, Shag.
So
How do people deny video evidence? Because much like there's video evidence for what you have said, the claim is now being brought to my chat that there's video evidence of what they're saying. That it wasn't just like not everybody. Good majority of people were let in. They just walked in and chastise me for this, everybody, if you so choose. Is the Capitol building something I could just walk into right now? Or do I need like somebody to let me in? Or if I were to want to get in, I would have to break in. Is that something that I could just like casually walk into like it was a store?
it is, no, they don't have, no, you can't just walk right into the Capitol building.
Somebody said depends. So who's lying to me?
So there are public tours. There are public
Right,
tours
but
that
like,
go through there.
Can I just walk in?
Oh, okay. So it is I just looked it up. I'll admit. So it is generally open to the public. There are times when it may be closed or restricted access due to events. For example, during January 6th, the Capitol is not open to the public due to COVID-19, and because it's the joint session of Congress where they certify the election results.
Because that's another thing. That day was meant for that.
Yeah.
And because that shit went on, that created panic.
Right.
Which is also not a good thing. Which also put the stink on conservatives and Trump for a long time, still to this day, because a bunch of people screaming, hang Mike Pence, and trying to delay the certification of that vote really doesn't make a group of people look good.
No, it doesn't. That's what people don't think about. And I just equate this with a lot of the rhetoric you see on the left. When the left is saying shit like the tweets I went over today about how, people, we're going back to slave times, and Della's going to have to be working in the fields, and you're going to be, you're going to be in the big house, and I'm just going to be benefiting from everything. Like, that shit's wild. And it's just as egregious as the people saying hang Mike Pence. It's awful. Like, you should not.
Why isn't rhetoric like fucking black people gonna be slaves again? Not that. Why is that not censored? Why is that not considered hateful speech?
Because black people and minorities can't be racist.
That's true.
You can't
That shit should be
commit.
fear mongering, bro.
I agree.
That's not misinformation. That's the truth. You just said Twitter's a place of information. That's the information.
Twitter places fucking Twitter. If you put it,
you don't know how to decipher if it's true or not, like y'all saying.
Yes, you do. It's called fucking critical thinking.
What?
Oh,
if you
so
lack
it's called
that-
finding out the bullshit.
It's fucking called critical thinking. What happened to us? What happened to us? Back in the fucking early 90s, people were able to watch the news, read newspapers, and critical think. Now,
lying.
2024, motherfuckers can't critical think.
You're lying.
They'd rather
to a
listen to
hilarious degree. In
what
the 90s,
Beyonce
and
or
motherfuckers was
fucking
going nuts.
Megan Thee Stallion has to say, or The Rock. Like,
That's The
we're
Rock.
listening
What
to
do you mean?
celebrities.
If you
I mean-
submit-
Wait, I thought The Rock was pro-Trump. Isn't he a Trumper?
No, he's not. He's not.
What are
The
you
Rock's
talking
not
about?
pro-Trump.
If you smell
Battery
I
powered
need
cucumber.
people-
Thanks for the follow, man. Appreciate it. Let's go,
I need
Trump.
people in chat to understand something. The celebrities
Is cooking.
and the musicians or the whole all these people who are rich don't go through the same struggles as you are right now. They
What are you
don't have
talking
to
about?
worry about this shit.
The Rock has
As
to
much as
wake
they
up
try to
and work
relate
out.
to you,
I have to.
they
work
don't
out
give a
too.
shit. Let's use our brains right now. Let's use our big boy and big girls and big day dems or whatever you want to be called brains right now.
Shaq
Okay?
can't do it. He doesn't have a college degree.
All right.
Oh, shut up.
Kamala Harris, her campaign raised $400 million in one day. 400 million. Listen to that. Listen to that number. 400 million in one day. Right?
Yeah.
When it comes time to help actual people in need, where does that kind of money? When motherfuckers in fucking Hawaii were suffering, how much did The Rock and Oprah Winfrey put together for that?
Couple million.
A couple mil, right? But when it came time to endorse fucking Kamala Harris and donate to her campaign, she put in way more money. Why is that?
Because Hawaiians are not as important as having a black woman as president. Come on, like keep up. What are you talking
These
about?
people who you guys look towards to see who they're endorsing live in a different world, don't have to follow the same laws and rules as you because they have money. And if you think when the presidents or whoever's going to pass these legislations or laws for them to pay their equal share in taxes, they have the best lawyers and best accountants to make sure that they never have to pay their fair share. No rich person is ever going to pay their fair share. And you know what happens when the rich people don't pay their fair share? They're like, okay, we'll just find the money from the poor.
Wait a minute. Can I ask a question? How did we get
What?
to this after you talked about 45 monkeys are loose in the streets?
I'll be right back, guys. I run the bathroom.
How did we do that?
I'm just saying, like, it just blows my mind. Like, people swear that these celebrities and celebrities and musicians are like just like them.
Yes, they are. The Rock's just like me. Can't you tell?
No, they're not. What did Kendrick Lamar say? They're not like us. He wasn't talking about fucking
Kendrick Lamar's not like us. What
white
the fuck?
people.
What are you
Like,
talking about?
I don't understand that.
The Rock's
Megan Thee
just like
Stallion
me.
got her
Can't you
ass
tell?
on stage and started twerking, and y'all
We have the
motherfuckers
same
was like,
tattoo.
"Yep, that's what I want."
Me
That's
and The
that's
Rock
my
have the same
president.
tattoo. What are you talking about?
You both have tribal tattoos.
What are you talking about?
Trump said no income taxes. Trump said no taxes on tips. How about this? We take out tips in overall and just let people get paid a wage. Because I could
Yeah,
go
those
to
restaurant workers get fucked over.
restaurant workers, they get paid a fair wage. You go overseas, there's no motherfuckers don't get tipped. You go to Paris in Japan, they don't get tips. They're like, what the fuck is a tip? Motherfucker, we get paid good.
Tip it is. Never mind.
What are we talking? We're talking about tips now?
Tip it is. Never mind.
Whoa.
Why is it that in every other country you go to, they don't do tipping, but in America is the only country that does tipping? Why?
Because it's racist, apparently. It was a way to.
Because you're black, you poor.
Yeah. I spent most of my life in the restaurant industry, in the service industry, and tipping has just been always a part of like how I got paid. And I will say it was always a motivator in doing better at my job. And, you know, people who perpetuate this whole like, oh, it's racist to do because it was a way to pay black people less than in the past, which, okay, may or may not be true. But I'll tell you that I've never in my life, I probably made better money at a lower minimum wage making tips than I do on salary. Like,
Yeah, because you know why you don't get taxed on fucking dollars that handed to you. Right
yeah,
there.
absolutely.
That's
Well,
why.
I still get taxed. I have to declare.
No, you don't. No,
yes,
you
I
don't.
do. Yes, I do. You're
No.
required to.
If you make under a certain amount, you don't have to declare it.
You're supposed to declare at
You're
least
supposed to.
15% of your
declare
cash
a whole
tips.
bunch of stuff. You're
Well,
supposed
okay.
to, but they don't. You're
Yes.
supposed to declare your winnings from from fucking from betting and winnings, right? You know those winnings you when people play fan duels and stuff.
Yeah.
You're supposed to declare that, right? If you're doing a cash, who fucking knows? That is why the government wants to switch to crypto and a currency that they can track better. Because you know why? Everybody knows a loophole around it.
Yeah.
That's the whole push for crypto.
Battery
Because
powered.
you know why? The minute I could shut you off right now. Shag and Leon, you guys are talking wild on the fucking internet. I'm gonna shut off your bank accounts because you know why? I control it now.
Yeah. No, and I don't. Yes, I understand that part. Like the issue is it's still like while it's not required, like it's still something that can be tracked. Again, if I'm making mostly cash tips, which isn't always like the case nowadays, because most people are tipping electronically because they're paying. No one's really handling cash anymore. But the fact is if I'm getting a bunch of cash in, I'm not declaring anything. First of all, I'm not allowed to do that because my job reviews all that stuff, and if they see I'm not claiming something, they'll be like, "Hey, what is this? Like, you need to declare something because we can get in trouble if there's ever an audit, and you can get in trouble if you're taking home all this cash, you're buying cars out of pocket, with cash, but they're like, hey, you're making $250 an hour, but somehow you're driving around a BMW. How this doesn't make sense. Now we're going to audit you. Like that stuff happens. Like,
yeah, because yes, that stuff does happen because people are fucking stupid. If you work at a fucking Starbucks
Like
and driving around in a new fucking BMW, you're fucking you don't know how to fucking offset your money and your taxes. I'll have a good accountant that fucking can help you hide that money
Right.
to say like, oh, well, he made his extra money doing this. That's what all the rich people do. They make all this money and fucking have the best accountants to change how things are offset and stuff. They can offset their earnings and all that stuff. And I worked in the restaurant business, and I knew a lot of waiters and servers that fucking had gold watches and drove nice cars and stuff because they had one accountant they were all using that were able to fucking change it. Oh, you had to wash your uniform. That's a write-off. You have to buy this stuff. You have to buy better shoes. That's a write-off. You have to buy this stuff and all this stuff they were writing off.
yeah.
There's so many gaps in the tax laws and stuff. There's so many loopholes. If you know it, you could come out like a bandit.
Yeah. Battery pack. We're not saying to hide money. It's a way to legally write off stuff. There's plenty. Like I go to a tax guy at the end of every year, and we go through everything we can. They'll say, hey, if you want to save money, we'll look at whether have it like before my wife and I were married, we would say, oh, who should have the kids on their stuff? We would work things around to get the highest refund we could. Same thing with, accountants with where to put your money, higher yielding things, how to invest your money properly. Like there's people who know this stuff to legally do it. So you're not, caught with your pants down later on. It's not hiding per se. I mean, I guess you could frame it that way, but
all I know is I haven't said a word about this. So Steve watching me through my iPhone, lock these niggas up. Once they try to scam you and the beautiful people at the IRS, you know it wasn't me. Get him! Get him!
The IRS and the rest of the United States government needs to fucking fix their tax laws, but they won't because you know why? The
'Cause it
people at the
benefits
very
them.
top aren't going to be happy.
Yeah.
They're not going to be happy.
Yeah, like people, like I mean, what's his name? Trump said it best. He stuck it in Clinton's face back in the day. They're not going to change these laws because it benefits her. Like all the people in Congress, they benefit from all these tax loopholes. People always they point out people like they did Steve Jobs and Tim Cook and Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk. But so many of these Congress people are filthy fucking rich as well. And they benefit from the same laws. This whole taxing unrealized capital gains, that shit ain't going in. It wasn't going in there. Why? Because a lot of these people in Congress are investing in properties. They have unrealized gains and they don't want to be taxed on something that's unrealized. That's fucking stupid. Why would they do it? It does not benefit them all. They don't care about paying their fair share because they're certainly not. I mean, yeah, they have a good salary and they're getting their income tax is high there. These fucking people, they have no idea how the tax system works. And even I don't like fully I don't have a complete understanding of it. But like when people start talking about taxing the rich and them paying their fair share, like, sure, you could extract more money from billionaires. But when you start saying that they don't deserve their money and they need to start like paying for other systems for people, that's when you start losing the narrative. Because at some point, a lot of these people who are advocating for it might become, they might start doing well on their own. And then people are going to start being, hey, now you got all this money. You should start giving it to me. You should start giving it to education, like rather than allowing people to just, give where they want or donate where they want, requiring it, making it like a mandate. Stupid.
Well, when you donate money, that's a write-off too.
Yes. Yep.
So when these celebrities donate all this money, even these big Twitch streamers, when they donate all this money, it's the write-off so they could be like, look all the money I did lose because I donated, I did this. Everybody, there's all these loopholes in our tax laws in our system, and it's like there's nobody in the government who's gonna sit there and say this shit. Well, there are people in the government that says this needs to change, right? And what a lot of people don't understand, some of your taxpayer dollars are used to pay off people to stay hush. Because remember the whole thing when people are upset that Trump paid off these women when he did whatever he did with them, right? They were upset at him. He didn't use taxpayer dollars. He used his own money.
Yeah.
The fucking Bill Clinton used your money, your parents' money, to pay off Monica Lewinsky to stay the fuck shut, and she didn't shut up.
Well, and also people also forget the idea of like settling out of court, like, and it's like people settle out of court all the time for all different crimes, not just ones where like even in these like sexual harassment case, rape cases, and all that. Some people just said like, hey, here's $5 million, take that, and then we'll call it good. Some people take that and they run, and because, hey, I got $5 million now. This is awesome. I don't have to go through.
Guess where that comes out from when the government does it? From our pocket.
Yeah, our pocket.
Just like how everybody was all these actors and writers were saying, we want more money, give us more money. The company's like, okay, we'll give you more money. Then right after that, what went up? Subscription costs went up.
Yep.
Right? Well, no matter what happens, when people want more money, it's going to come from somewhere. It's going to come from us.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's why everybody needs to learn how to manage their money, especially if you're a streamer. Learn how the tax laws. Get an accountant if you can afford one, or you use fucking those tax companies, because those accountants, they help you out. They say, okay, you bought video games and you're streaming on Twitch as a 1099 worker. That's your write-off.
Mm-hmm.
You could do it for so long before the government says, okay, this is a hobby.
H&R Block saved me.
Notice how if you claim losses and you're not making a lot of money, the government says, wait, that's just a hobby. We can't give you no more money. Because they're like, fuck, you're not really making money. We're giving you money for losing money. We can't have that. You're doing a hobby. Fuck you.
How's your chat doing over there, Leon? Are they freaking out still or what?
They don't even know how we got on this conversation. Nobody was really even freaking out.
No, I know.
The difference between whoever you mingle with in this online world and when you talk to me is that regardless, after this, we're still gonna fucking speak to each other. I still own your ass in multiverses.
That game's trash.
No,
a lot of people. I found out a lot of people unfollowed me and private their account because I didn't vote. I'm like, you can't win.
Right.
Oh.
I got a friend who voted for Trump, and based on how she keeps explaining herself, she was concerned that maybe I was gonna stop being friends with her. I'm like, I'm 25. If you outwardly say I support people getting raped, that's what the fuck I'm gonna stop being friends with you about. But you tell me, because unlike the American public, my friends are actually smart. If you tell me you dedicated time to going through both of these people and you decided based on your beliefs and your values you're going with Trump, congratulations. The fuck? But I can understand why motherfuckers be scared because their friends stop talking to them. Sometimes family stop talking to them. I'm too old for that shit. I'll disown you if you start condoning shit that's wild. Okay?
Yeah.
So Shag,
N-
you're
No,
white. We
all
can't
these
be
people,
friends anymore.
I can't stand these
Ella,
motherfuckers.
you're bald. We can't be friends anymore.
They sit there and cry about how they're never gonna talk to their family again. All this stuff, right? And then come the holidays. I'm alone. I can't see my family. I hate visiting my family. If you don't like your family, stay away from your fucking family. End of story.
Yep.
Don't cry about how you disassociate them because they voted the way you didn't want, or it's a painful to see them. But like, you made that choice to stay away from your family. You, as an adult, said you don't like your family. You got on the
Adult?
internet and you cried and said that. And now you're sitting there during Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's saying how you're alone or it hurts going to see your family. If it hurts going to see your family because they don't have the same political views as you, don't see them. If you're alone on Christmas because you decided that your family voted Republican and they don't like your friends, then guess what? That's on you. You're an adult. Act like one. I don't really see my family in the holidays because why? I choose not to. You don't see me on the internet crying saying, "Oh, I can't see my family. I have no one. I'm on the internet."
I can't see my family, but that's because I'm lazy and I moved to another state.
Exactly.
For money. And the only way I'm traveling is if I get on the first class. And if I'm not flying first class, I'm not going.
That's
Yeah,
how you're
look at you,
supposed to fly.
baller.
That's the
First
only way to
class.
fly nowadays. First class.
I'm flying first class for Thanksgiving, and I couldn't be happier.
Bro, I'm in
That's
the
what's
cattle
up.
car all day.
Because
Yeah,
you
you
poor, white man.
That's
That's
right.
why.
That's right. No college degree. I'm hella poor, dude.
People with college degrees don't fly first class. You must verify that you have a college degree in order to fly first class. That's what they did to me. And I was like, oh, here it is right here. See? We need to start doing that. Ban all people's rights if they don't have a college degree. No college degree, no eating. No breathing either.
No
Go ahead and
college
die.
degree, no eating.
Yep. It's my America, and I need it now. We're all gonna die.
Nah, we'll be fine. It'll be okay. I'll be here for y'all.
Whipping us and while secretly saying you don't want to whip us. Yeah, we'll be fine.
I'll take you into my house. Don't worry. Don't worry.
See, will the bald people be there?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, then it won't feel like a real home.
All right, guys. I gotta end my stream. I gotta get doing some shit.
Yeah, same. I'm gonna get out of here. Later, nerds.
Later, Della. Good to talk to you, man. All right, Leon. Leon's chat. You guys are awesome. Thanks for your
He
engagement.
hates you. He was typing messages saying that you're all dumb. He was not doing that.
Oh man. Good convo. Appreciate you as always.
And look at that. We're not hating each other.
Right?
We're not calling each other slurs. I'll have to wait like a couple hours to see if you go on Twitter to badmouth me, but who knows?
Oh, I'm gonna write all the shitty things right now.
See. And that, children, is how you have conversation, even when you disagree.
Hell yeah.
Y'all let these freaks on the internet who scream at each other all day dictate conversation. No. Motherfucker said, bye, white guy. What was his name? His name's Shag.
TheShagsworth. Come follow me on Twitch and on YouTube. I'm gonna shield myself right now.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, come. If you didn't hate me, you should come follow me because I think I'm pretty middle of the road. I definitely probably lean more conservative, but
If you didn't hate me, it's crazy.
but no, I'm a pretty rational person. I'll talk to anyone. I talk to leftists all the time, and it's and I'm not calling anyone in your chat for leftist, but I'm saying I talk to people who are ideologically opposed to me constantly, and it's something I like to do because I like to try and find middle ground. But I like everyone.
You won't call them leftists, but I will.
Did we just become best
Fucking
friends?
liberals. I
Ter-
don't know what any of these people are.
Terrible TV. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Thank you. No, I really, man, I appreciate your combo, but I'm gonna head off and do the damn thing. So
Goodbye.
later. All right, y'all. You joined from Leon's stream. Hey, I really appreciate it. No, thank you. I love Leon. Leon's a good dude. I'm glad him and I get to chat because he's got a lot of good things to say. And I think more people need to be more open to conversations in the long run. And it's not, and like, it's okay to disagree. Like he and I don't agree on everything. He'll roast me on things that I say and engagements that I give on Twitter or, on YouTube through Twitter and all that. And that's fine. But yeah, people are going to get through this with discussions. Yeah, Charlie, I'm on Rumble. I've been live on Rumble, but no one was over there. But yeah, no, it's important. Cross the aisle, be willing to listen, and then also be willing to listen to what's being said and then respond respectfully. Because at the end of the day, we're in this together. We're all brothers and sisters of humanity, and we need to find a way through, and we will. For the most part, people will be like, they will be okay. I don't think we're reaching epic disaster point in history. So anyway, for me, I'll be live. I don't know if I'll be live later tonight playing anything. I might just chill. I need to start writing. I have been really dragging my ass with writing. And I'm falling behind on my book for November, and I need to get it done. So but yeah, we had a good meeting about our show that we're going to be doing, reviewing movies and talking about movies of old and even new releases when they come out. So please stay tuned. Discord link is in the chat. Let me see if I can actually just put Discord. If anyone's interested in joining the Discord, we should be able to get. Yeah, so that's the Discord. If you guys are interested in joining, I will put Charlie. I don't even know if you're in my Discord. If you're not, feel free to join. We have discussions all the time, some regarding games, some regarding politics, movies, but we're going to be doing a whole lot of stuff in that vein. So I hope you guys will join along. Yeah, nice to have met you too, man. We'll talk to everyone later. I'm out of here. Goodbye.
I like to put stuff online.